I want to start off by asking you about a piece that you wrote this morning for our sister concern, Money Control. You talked about remembering Mr. Ratan Tata as someone who was a good human being more than anything else. And I want to quote from a small portion that you wrote. I've always believed that Mr. Tata epitomized the perfect Indian, where nationalism was not jingoism, where being Indian was a state of mind and not a flag waving desire, and where he stood in the face of everything that he encountered in his life. He stood steadfast and with a rare sense of stoicism. Can you describe to us, how all of this, what you wrote about Mr. Tata, sort of encapsulated the person that he was more than the business leader that he was?
You know, being as erudite you are, you would remember a character called Brutus from William Shakespeare's Julius Caesar. And he represented stoicism of the highest kind. When Mark Antony asks him, "Why did you stab Caesar?" he said, "It's not that I loved Caesar less, but I loved Rome more." Ratan Tata loved his country. He loved his people. He loved his colleagues. He loved his friends. And he loved unconditionally. He loved the voiceless animals that he deeply cared for. In many ways, Zaka, as you very rightly said in your opening remarks, Ratan Tata epitomized the finest of human qualities. It's everyone says, oh, he inherited the Tata legacy, but it's a very, very tough legacy to inherit. And even tougher when you embellish that legacy even more, especially when you follow in the footsteps of another legend called J.R.D. Tata.
Yeah.
So, in many ways, Ratan Tata, to my mind, stood firm because he genuinely believed in what he did and he did what he believed in. And that's important. There was no curation, there was no cultivation, there was no a desire to do things that would please people. It had to be the right thing and it had to be done the right way. When Singur happened in 2008, when Mamata Banerjee created a firestorm in Singur, Ratan Tata walked away. And he says, I'm not going to go to court. I'm not going to fight this because we don't want to be somewhere where we aren't welcome. Narendra Damodar Das Modi, who was then the chief minister of Gujarat, now our prime minister, welcomed Ratan Tata. And in that conversation with me on your sister channel on CNBC, Mr. Tata said, he says, Narendra Modi gave Nano a home and he made it happen in 3 days. That's the kind of man Ratan was. He was caring, he was erudite, painfully shy, and someone who wore